will you like implement certain AI tools in your portals? I mean, like in the near future or certain stuff like that.
It's something we are experimenting. I
Okay.
mean, I'm not going to lie.
Share with us, yeah.
Something that we are experimenting. So I think it goes along the line of something like virtual staging, for example, right? But we won't know how it takes. I mean, we won't know how far it will take off until we put it in the market, to be honest.
Okay.
Because a lot of times.
When would that be? Looking forward.
Soon, coming soon.
Will it be this year?
Yes, definitely this year.
Okay, so that relates. I think there's a very good like value add to your portal space, because I think in terms of portal space, your main so-called like customer pool are realtors,
Yes,
because realtors buy the service of your portal space to list their homes. And why am I relating back to that question is because I think from a developer's point of view, I think you are right to say that if somebody were to be a developer, if like they are mid or heavyweight developer, and because they are like 300 to 500 units to sell, it makes sense to invest in a $2 to $4 million show flat. And they shouldn't risk it by not doing a show flat, because Singapore is so small. Geographically, weekends people will just drive to the show gallery to watch it. But I think for singular units, home sellers that only have one property to sell, my point of view is that if virtual staging takes off at a very, very massive pace, and I don't know, maybe I don't know how your tech will look like in your portal space, but if it takes off, I believe that realtors, homeowners, they might want to save on physical staging. Okay, so I'm not against physical staging because I believe in physical home staging. I've been doing it for the last 6 years. Majority of our homes are done with physical home staging. If it's a vacant home, if it's a home with existing furnitures, we beautify it, we put in nicer accessories and stuff. But I believe if let's say the adoption of whatever VR goggles happen, because it's singular, and if the VR goggles can reduce the cost of marketing, or portals virtual staging can reduce the cost of marketing, I think that might happen in this portion on the single owner side. But maybe for developers, not so. So what do you think of the goggles that's going to come out like next year? Apple Vision Pro.
Apple Vision Pro.
Yeah. Are you a fan of it?
Which costs an arm and a leg.
No, because I heard you have a goggle also.
Yeah. So I have the Facebook one, which is the Pro Quest, or I don't remember the name. Something to do with Quest. So I've used it for gaming purposes, right? I've used it quite a lot in the first 2 weeks.
Okay.
And then it hasn't been used since.
Okay, how much is that?
I think it's like $600-700. So it's nowhere near the scale of the Apple product lah.
Which is going to be like $3,500 USD, about 5K Sing.
Yeah, so it has to be done at a professional level, right? Because most retail person are not going to be able to afford that, right?
Right.
But I think it'll be a challenge for it to take off, just personal opinion.
Right.
Because for these things to work, you need what we call the network effect, right? It's like Facebook works because I have a Facebook account, you have a Facebook account, everybody here has a Facebook account. So then we can go and like check each other out. So same thing with the goggles, right? For it to work, I have to be in metaverse, where every one of my friends also in the metaverse, right? But if my friends are not in the metaverse or not in the virtual space, then I'm just going to use it for my own individual use. The network effect is not there, and hence the takeoff will be a lot slower. So that's what I feel would happen. So I'm quite surprised by the pricing strategy by Apple, because for them to price it at that price point, maybe it has other productivity gains that I'm not aware of. So I've tried it. I think it's great.
The Facebook one.
Yeah, the Facebook one for gaming and all. It's fantastic. It works great. I've not used it for like videos and all.
Okay.
I think the reason why it has not taken off as widely as what these companies would have hoped is because it's actually very uncomfortable having something on your head for a very long period of time, right? Because it's heavy, and then your visions are also limited, right? So you can't wear it for longer than 30 minutes.
Do you feel drowsy after a while?
Initially, yes, but you get used to it after a while. But I think it's not so much the drowsiness, just that it just feels heavy, right? So if somebody can come up with something where it's like putting on your glasses, I mean, yeah, then it will take off. But I think the inconvenience of having to put on the goggles now outweighs the benefits lah. So which is why I think it doesn't take off yet.
Yet lah.
Yet.
Right.